What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching episode 5 of season 3 of The Boys. This wasn't too gory. It was more of a lot of emotions going on in this episode, I think, in my opinion. So Homelander is just being Homelander. And he has a really big problem with people just like, he needs so much validation, it's not even funny. But he is just getting to a point now where he is getting more and more a-hole-ish. He just does not care about anything or anyone, and he's just going on about business as normal. The Deep is now, he's head of the crime department or whatever, and he fired almost everybody in that department, which is ridiculous. And his fake wife irritates the hell out of me. She really irritates the hell out of me. A-Train is trying his best to do the right thing. He brings on what's-his-face that's been going around the black neighborhoods and just basically killing everybody. So they have a little meeting, and he basically tells them, like, okay, you just need to do a public apology, you know, because you kind of look racist, like you're only aiming towards the black neighborhoods. So they go to this, I guess, neighborhood meeting, and he's clearly, like, nonchalantly reading off of this paper or whatever, but then things get crazy, and he really starts to show his true colors. And he starts throwing people all over the place, including A-Train's brother. And at this point, A-Train is just standing there like, what the hell did I just do? Maeve, on the other hand, I don't like that Maeve is now resorting to drinking and having sex with random people because she is just, this girl is depressed. Like, she's clearly, like, she doesn't know, she's like numb at this point, and she's really numb. We don't know where her ex is. We don't know where she is. But at one point she's sitting with Butcher, and they're talking about Homelander, of course, and they're both drinking, and she kisses him, and they start going at it. And I'm just like, okay. Didn't expect that to happen, and I certainly didn't expect him to go for it, but Butcher is also going on to a road of I don't care and I don't give a F attitude, so yeah, so I guess that's not really a surprise. Kamiko is still in a hospital, but at one point she wakes up and she realizes that she can't lift up something heavy, and then she's really happy that she can't do it. Now, part of me I have mixed feelings about Kamiko now as far as her powers go. Like, I know that she didn't want them to begin with, and she was really unhappy with them, and now she's happy that she doesn't have them. But, like, for me, I'm happy that she's happy about that because it's something that's been bothering her for a long time. But then part of me is like, man, like, she was the only one in the crew that really had true powers, and she kind of helped cover everyone with that. And now that she doesn't, I mean, she could have been killed. The crew is not 100% covered now, other than taking this temporary V, which doesn't really last long. But at one point, you see Butcher watching Huey throw up all this green stuff. Of course, it's the temporary V. But then he's looking at him, and all of a sudden he sees him as a little boy. It's almost like a quick flash. So I don't know if he was still on that temporary V, or if these are after effects of being on it, or if this in fact is not temporary in a sense. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, that was just kind of weird, and they didn't touch on that anymore. That was just something that I feel like they kind of left a little breadcrumb there for something for later on. You know what I mean? Other than that, Starlight is still trying to figure out a way to take down Homelander. So at one point, Homelander is talking to Maeve and they're going at it. And she's saying stuff that's bothering him. And all of a sudden, he says to her, I forgot exactly what he said word for word, but he has her turning around and someone or something comes at her. So she's not around anymore. Apparently she's gone to some retreat or something. Nobody knows if she's even alive at this point. Starlight goes to the CEO lady and asks her questions. And at one point you kind of see her telling her, like, look, be a human. Like, tell me where she is. And she kind of breaks down a little bit, but then she gets back up and she's just like, I'm the CEO. Make an appointment next time. It's almost like you're scared for your life, but then you at the same time are trying to act all big and bad. Like, I don't know what it is that she's trying to do. I feel like she's also trying to people please Homelander to just kind of protect herself. And A-Train, I don't know what the hell he's doing because they don't like him, but he went to Homelander and told him about what Shockwave did. So, about what Shockwave told him. So I'm just like, A-Train is just kind of walking around here confused, not knowing what to do. Meanwhile, we see that he's in a hospital a floor below Kimiko. And his brother is basically paralyzed at this point. You can hear the doctor saying he's never going to be able to walk. And now I'm pretty sure A-Train feels really bad about the whole situation. So at one point I thought that Kimiko actually started talking. And then it turned into this whole musical. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I mean, it didn't take me out of it, but it threw me off. I was just like, they turned this whole thing. But I guess in her mind, it's kind of the freeing life that she wants to have. She wants to be happy. She wants to be in love. She wants to sing. She wants to talk. So I kind of get it if you're looking at it that way. But it was all right. Like, it wasn't all that bad. You know what I mean? It was all, you know, what Kimiko is thinking about and what she's feeling. And Nina caught up to Frenchie when he went to go get coffee. So now that's going to be a problem because Kimiko can't save him because she does not have her powers. So that's going to be a problem, I'm sure. Because she's looking at the clock and she's noticing that he's not back yet from getting his coffee. So there goes that. Now, as far as Soulja Boy goes, he's walking around now looking at the world like, what the hell is going on? He's walking down the street and he sees a bus with the 7 on it and he's just like, what? He sees, you know, like there's this couple coming by, like this gay couple, and he's looking and he's just like, it's almost like, oh my gosh, like I know nothing of this world right now. So he hears a Russian song that kind of reminds him of what he went through in the beginning. So in the very beginning, we see that MM is sitting here looking at some footage of Soulja Boy, and there's these doctors who are doing stuff, and at one point you see they're putting some type of, I don't know if it's a flame gun or what in his mouth. I don't know, but that, I guess that's how he got his flame or explosion type of power that he has. So anyway, he's looking at this footage in the beginning. So I guess this song triggered that memory. And somebody asked him, like, are you okay? Are you okay? And all of a sudden he started to rev up his power and the explosion happens. And now that's all over the news. And so MM and Huey and Butcher goes to see this guy called Legend, who apparently they knew that Soulja Boy probably went by there to go get him because he had his suit. So he went to go pick up the suit and they were having this conversation with him, and basically he knew what was going on. He knew what happened in the past. So they gave him some information. So now they figured that he was on his way to go see his girl or his ex-girl, Crimson, right? What counts as Crimson or whatever. So she apparently is now doing the, you know, she's doing some stuff. So we see her having these plugs and she's on camera, and all of a sudden you see somebody swarming in and attacking her, and the guy on the other side of the camera is literally trying to handle his business, and he sees all this happening. He actually finishes off, and then he's like, hello? She's gone. But it's actually Butcher. It's not who I thought it was. I thought it was Soulja Boy. It's not. So they have her there, held captive. Now, when Butcher and Huey go to the explosion site, and was supposed to go pick up his daughter to take her to this place, but then he saw this breaking news on the news, and he saw the explosion caught on camera, and he's like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. So he goes to the site. They see each other. He sees Butcher. He's like, F you, and he can't stand him. But at this point, Butcher's like, all right, you know what? We got to put this stuff aside. We've got to come together and try to stop this dude. This dude can be of help to us, basically. And just as I thought, like I figured, I had a feeling that when in the last episode, when they saw who was in that tank, they saw that it was Soulja Boy. I'm thinking that this weapon that they were looking for was Soulja Boy. It's not an actual weapon. Soulja Boy is probably the only thing that can kill Homelander, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so Butcher got his hands on some more temporary V. Huey's looking at it, and he's just like, I don't know if I should do it. He had already promised Starlight he wouldn't do it again. Is like, no, my father wouldn't want me to do this. It goes against, what he has taught me. Fast forward to where they get to Countess Crimson's house, where she's at. They tie her up. They're outside. They're basically waiting for Soulja Boy to show up because they know that he's on his way there. Meanwhile, Starlight shows up because called her for backup. Sitting there drinking a bottle of water. Butcher apparently put what I'm assuming was a temporary V in that water, or he gave him a roofie or something, because they knew that he wasn't going to go along with it. So now Soulja Boy comes and pays them a visit. Butcher proposes that they work together. He goes in, he's talking to Countess Crimson, who basically she knew the whole time that he was still alive. And meanwhile, last episode when we saw what actually happened when they were talking to Mallory, she was like all bloodied up, and she told Mallory they took him away in the helicopter, and it was kind of weird, but I didn't think that she was gonna know about it. You know what I mean? All I knew was that we didn't know whether he was alive or not. And just what I suspected, he was. So she actually knew this whole time that he was still alive. But when he asked her, how much did the Russians pay you? They didn't pay her anything. She did this for free. She couldn't stand him, apparently. So, of course, he got upset and blew up the whole house. And then, we see him coming out, and Starlight gets into her defense mode. She's eyes glowing and everything. And Huey stands in front of her like, come with us. We need your help. This is the only way that we can take Homelander down. And she's like, don't go. He goes anyway. And now she's just standing there with So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Soulja Boy is going to go through with it. I can tell that when Homelander was watching all of this on the screen, that there was a little bit of worry in his face. But then again, this is Homelander. So we don't know whether he's really actually scared or concerned or not, and who's going to be stronger than who. I don't know, but I think this may be the only way that they could take Homelander down. We'll see. We'll see. As far as Kimiko, I don't know what's going to happen with that, because she doesn't have her powers, and Nina's got Frenchie, and now she can't really help him the way that she would if she had her powers. So I don't know which way this is going to go. Starlight, I feel like she's getting to a point now where she's getting tired of Huey, and she doesn't want her feelings hurt, but you know, Huey is getting to the point now where he's like, look, I'm somebody with this temporary V and I can help out and I can save everybody. And he's proud of himself for that. But at what cost? Are you willing to lose Starlight over this temporary V? You know what I mean? Butcher's just, I don't know. And I'm hoping that Maeve is alive. I don't know if that was Black Noir that came at her or what, but we don't know where she is. We still don't know if she's dead or alive or what. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens on the next episode. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed my thoughts and my review. Let me know what you guys think of episode 5 of season 3 of The Boys. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can be notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!